If you work as a photographer, whether you are working for yourself or you are working in-house for a brand or a company, 9 times out of 10, you are creating the creative vision of somebody else. Either you are a product photographer and you're working with a creative team or a creative director, or you're doing very simple drop and pop e-commerce product photography like I did in my first job, where I photographed 80 pairs of footwear a day in the same 10 positions. That can bring you down, that gets really boring, and it does absolutely nothing for your creative soul. So it's really important for you to actually put in the time and effort to do something for yourself and shoot the kind of stuff that you want to be shooting. Now, in my opinion, there are 3 main types of personal work that you can kind of steer towards, kind of depending upon what you want to do or what you're trying to achieve. The first one is, I like to categorize as growth. You are either growing a skill or you're trying something new. If you are a landscape photographer and you are not very good at portraits, but you want to try, then doing a portrait series or photographing people is... You are growing. You are shooting for yourself to get better at photography. That's a main type. Everyone's going to do that at some point. Everyone tries new things. Everyone likes to try. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But everyone likes to experiment. And the growth type of personal work, everyone has experience with. The second type, number 2, and it might sound a little weird calling it this, but I call it marketing. Let's say you're a product photographer and you have a really good body of work, but a lot of it is stuff that was, developed with other people and might not all necessarily be your full creative vision. So what you would do is you would shoot your own stuff. You would do all of the creative. You would be in full creative control of the images that you're making, because you want to be doing more like that. It is you continuously just developing your look and aesthetic, because that's the type of stuff you want to be selling to people. That's the style you want to be hired for. And the last one is passion. It's the stuff that you are really passionate about, whether you want to tell a story or focus on a group of people or highlight a world that you love simply because you're a part of it, or you want to just be photographing in that. And it's not to market yourself, it's not to grow, it is simply just because you love it. My personal work usually is around the world of BMX. BMX is actually what got me into photography in the first place. I started riding when I was 10 or 11 years old, and when I became a teenager and young adult, I wanted to shoot the photos that I saw in the magazines, and so that's what initially got me into photography. And then as I got into photography, I started appreciating so much more around it, not just within BMX. I loved shooting riding. It was just something that I loved to do. I wasn't trying to make any money on it because there's no money to be made in it. My career path went down the commercial and advertising realm, which now, whenever I get the opportunity to shoot BMX, I absolutely love it. I love shooting the lifestyle around it. And what I have also been able to do is been able to bring some of what I have done in the commercial and advertising world back into BMX. One of the things I love doing is I love shooting portraits of riders. Now, the last few years, I have been going down with the guys at Our BMX. Every year, they cover the Battle of Hastings contest in Hastings, England. And I started going about 4 years ago to just be there and to have my camera capture it and observe it. And now I'm just as much of a part of it, and I get to see old friends. Perfect example of this being a world that I know and I love. This photo is of a guy named Nathan Williams. Now, if you know the BMX world, you've probably heard of him. He's legendary street rider. He's from Nashville, and because I grew up in Kentucky, we would go to Nashville and ride a lot. And so we met back there, years ago, back in 2004. And then I shot this photo in 2006 of Nathan. And then because I help out with Our BMX, I also cover and shoot some portraits at the Nora Cup Awards. which is the #1 Rider Awards event that they do every year after Battle of Hastings. And I got to shoot this portrait of Nathan accepting his award for the video part of the year, which, because we had known each other for 20 plus years, it was just a wonderful thing that I just think is, there's not many other worlds that you can do something like that, especially considering I was kind of away from BMX for a little while, and now living in England, I have gotten back into it more than I think I ever was even back in the States. But I just love capturing the lifestyle and the vibes that come along with it. The portraits that I'm able to do, it really means a lot to me that I'm able to do this. I'm able to shoot some riding shots, some action stuff, just being able to capture this. It does so much for my soul. It does so much for me creatively. I'm able to do the thing that I love around a world that I've been a part of for coming up on 3 decades. But then what I'm able to do is that kind of recharges my creative batteries a little bit. I'm able to then attack the next wave of work that is somebody else's idea. Maybe I'll come in with a couple of ways that I can steer it in the direction that I want to steer it in. I'm not shooting any of these portraits thinking, oh, this is going to bring me, oh, this is a good one, this is going to bring me work. I'm just doing it because I want to capture it. And if the result of that is people enjoying my work enough to hire me to do something similar, even better. Personal work is the thing that helps me grow the most. Thank you for sticking around and listening to my ramblings about photography, about passion projects, about personal work. If you liked the video, please do engage with it. Like, subscribe if you want to hear more about photography, the creative industries. I'm actually thinking about doing some videos about the 3D work that I do because I come from the photography background. So if that's something that interests you, definitely follow along. I've got a lot more in the pipeline. So again, thank you, and I will see you in the next one.